afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is your boy Dom Savant, and this is the very first episode of the Indie Weekly right here on Green Gate Radio. Listen, man, I had to pull up with my guy Bsmoove, representing Connecticut. He ain't your average like northern nigga. I thought like all northern people were like aggressive, mean, like hostile. Like I think he from the south. You from the south, bro?
I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, I was born in Newport News, but not Connecticut raised me. You know, I definitely grew up north, and that's just different, bro. This is how it is.
Man, look, I see you doing everything. Like, your name, Bsmoove, I think you're a producer. Really, I see you as a multimedia specialist. You got the merch, you marketing yourself right, you doing sound, you songwriting, do you rap? Do you rap? Like, do you really rap, bro?
I ain't a rapper, but I do a little something. You know, being a writer, you know, allows you to get into that creative writing aspect. You know, you a poet, you got to do it all. You got to be versatile. Even if you're not on the mic, you got to be on the mic.
Okay. Now, like, project, all right. So, I remember way back when you first got into this and you put out The City. That's a classic.
Right.
That's a classic. Actually, after this interview, we're gonna jump into that track along with the rest of the mix and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I heard The City, and I'm like, wow, this man really doing it. Okay. Next thing you know, he came out with the shirts. Okay, he marketed himself. He went to just all types of athletic and active wear and ways to market yourself. You got the BS on your hat, not for bullshit, but for Bsmoove, Brandon Bsmoove Monroe, right? That's your name?
That's it.
That's what it is. And then, you know, I see you doing yourself right. You know, where did, this idea come from? Then the shirt say we make good music.
Right.
Where did you get this idea from, man?
So the name Bsmoove actually was given to me my junior year in high school. Sitting in the math class, pre-calc, I didn't like the class, but one of the students, gave me that name because I didn't do a homework assignment.
You did do homework.
But I didn't do that homework assignment. Math wasn't my thing. Kids, do your homework assignment. I was somehow I was able to, finesse the teacher. Like, she's like, you know what? It's okay, don't even worry about it. But any other person in that class was like, dang, yo, how'd you do that? And the boy was like, yo, we just gonna call that was smooth. We gonna call you Bsmoove. I'm like, yo, hold on. That joint kinda go.
You might have done something.
That joint kinda go. But nah, this dude named Patrick Dow, white dude.
Shout out to Patrick Dow?
Yeah, shout out to Patrick Dow. But he gave me that name in high school and it's just stuck ever since.
Okay, alright. So you got Bsmoove from high school because you didn't do math homework.
Facts.
Maybe I'll take the name Bsmoove then. I'll change my name from Dom Savant to Bsmoove and then see how far it gets me. But that's just how it is. So Bsmoove, so then the BS comes with the logo. Right. I see you doing that. Like, how'd you come with the logo? I mean, you had to go through a lot, didn't you?
Right. So the name was given to me my junior year in high school, and that's actually when I first started doing the music thing, so that worked well. But I didn't come up with a logo until freshman year of college. So it was the beginning of spring semester. Okay. I'm almost a sophomore, and I came up with the logo because I was like, at this point, I do want to take my music serious, and I want to start a brand. So every good brand has a logo.
Right.
So from there, I came up with the logo. I knew I wanted to encompass myself and my personality, who I am with my music. So I created the B, that's who I am. And then I was like, how I'm gonna fit smooth in there. So what I did was, all it is a mirrored S.
Yes.
Like being S. Before, forward and backwards. So real simple. That's one of the things that I make sure I do in life is keep it simple. People try to spend too much time doing the intricate stuff that's already been done before. Just keep it simple. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Man. Like, that's what people do. But alright, so we got the BS now. We make good music. Where that part come from?
We make good music. So I've sat in a lot of studio sessions, and you got these engineers and these producers that will hype up bad rappers, and I just never understood it. You get your money either way. Just don't be real with them. I always make sure if an artist is in here that they give their 110%. Right. They don't half-ass it, because you want to make sure that the end product is good. If it's not good, who's gonna want to listen to it?
That's for real. I don't want to listen to it.
Like, if you think it's okay, what they gonna think? Crickets. Right.
Crickets. You got a point right there, man. So you want to say that your brand is here to make good music? Like, you gonna be 100 with them, like, this ain't it, bro.
If you ain't it, I've had singers do the same line over 10 times, and that's on a like that,
Oh, that's like that.
It goes there.
Okay.
It goes there. I was going to talk about the interview that I saw, but
No, talk about it. Talk about it. That's what the platform is here. Put me onto something, all right?
All right, so Rico Love,
okay,
all right, is a producer, singer, songwriter out of, he went to FAMU,
okay.
All right? He was in the same class as K. Michelle.
All
That's
right.
where they met. They talent shows and all that stuff. But Rico Love did a spot where he was talking about, the industry, and he was working with Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
It was the first time meeting her and working with her. He was mixing for her. He's the engineer during that session. And he wanted her to do this part over and over. Mary J. Blige at this point, she's established. She's in her lane. She's a professional. And so she's sitting here like, who is this dude like coming in here like, this is Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
And so Rico Love is, sitting behind the booth. He's like, yo, just give it to me one more time. And she finally did it on the last time she was about to leave, but she did it one more time. He said that was it. So what she was missing was that emotion. She didn't have the emotion in with her vocals, and being a good engineer, you gotta be able to hear that. You gotta be able to hear if she's not, or he or she, the artist is not selling you what they're singing,
okay,
no one else is gonna buy into it.
Alright, so basically I gotta sell you my talent.
That's it.
I gotta
you gotta have the platform. You gotta make me feel that what you're doing is important. Because we all got our own lives, we all do different things. But why is what you do important? And
then why am I not wasting my time here?
Right.
Alright, so with that being said, you said on a light day 10 times. Mm-hmm. What's that, a verse or a chorus? 10 times?
It could be. It's really like entrances and exits. Once an artist gets into their flow, it's good. Okay. But if you don't have a good attack at the beginning, if you don't have a good cutoff, that could ruin the whole thing.
Okay, so they doing all that. That actually has to dip into their studio time they're paying for.
Right.
And how do you feel about like budgets? Like people say like send me a budget.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everyone doesn't have, the I can afford all the time in the world budget. And there's the listen, man.
Right.
Just work with me. I'm trying to make it.
I'm trying to build.
I'm trying to build. Like, how do you feel about those kind of budgets, man?
That's cool. So as a producer, you need to ask the client or whoever you plan on working with, what is your budget? Because that'll tell you everything you need to know. So whether they have a budget or whether they don't have a budget is going to tell you everything. So for those who may not have the best budget or the biggest budget, I'll tell them, hey, look, make sure you have your stuff polished before you come here. Make sure everything is good. So once you come in, I can press record and we can go start to finish.
Yeah.
Now, if you got a big budget, like, hey, I really want you to work with me as a producer, engineer.
Yeah.
This is how much I got. Can you make something happen? Like, oh yeah, I can break it down for you. You can start, stop, punch you in, whatever you want. We can go get all the lunch you paying for it. Like, so it tells you everything. But I really try to make sure I work with every artist, make sure they're in the best position to get their money's worth.
Okay.
It's not about the money, but when you're in the real world, every dollar counts.
Yeah, so. No, that's major key. And like I always tell a lot of people because they try to get me as well. And I'm at a point I'm like, listen, I know you broke, I'm broke too. Mm-hmm. But if I like you, if I fuck with your music, we can make something happen.
Thanks.
Like that's the biggest thing I would like, I tell people about that stuff.
And my thing is it's you gotta have passion. Cause I've ran across artists who like they're dope. But they just I just do it for fun.
You do it for fun.
What was it? Tekashi? Is that his name? Tekashi
6ix9ine. Yeah.
He did that Fifi song.
For fun.
He said he did it for fun. And granted, I don't know if that's how he really feels. It's
10 for 10.
Right. Like it's cool. It's a cool song. But if he were to pull up here and be like, yeah, I'm just doing this just for whatever, I got time. Like, you're not gonna sit here and waste my time because you just want to have fun. Like, that's part of it. But if I don't see that you're passionate about it, I'm not working with you off the strength.
Okay. So that passion. Now, I'm aware you have a music background. You go to Ham University, music major.
Right.
Do you believe that you need to have some kind of music, arts, performing arts background in order to start this out? Or can you just go in naked and just learn while you go?
You can go in cold.
Okay.
You can go in cold and you can work yourself up from the bottom. But I tell you what, having that musical background and that arts background has definitely helped a lot. I know you play cello. Hey, now Savant plays the cello.
Yes, I play the cello.
But yeah, I started out with
that's how we met in class.
I started out playing violin in first grade, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, where I'm from, everybody plays a string instrument, and that was mine. I played violin. And so, growing up, I played trumpet in 4th grade, was in the band, Then I wanted to take piano lessons in 7th grade. So I did. Music was kind of always there. I just didn't know it's what I would be doing until I got to college. So having that background definitely helps. But a lot of people come to college and like, you know what? I think I want to do this, and they might be gifted. Yeah. They just have a knack for it.
Okay, all right. I ran out of freaking icebreakers. We gotta get to the shits, man.
All right.
How you feel about type beats? How you feel about type beats?
I love this question. I see it on Producer Grind all the time, and I hate type beats.
You hate type beats?
I don't. You know what? Hate is too strong. I encourage producers to not make type beats for a living. If you make type beats for a living, what is your sound? What do you sound like? Like, no one's gonna know what your music sounds like, and therefore you're not going to be different than anybody else. There's nothing that makes you different. You over here making a Drake type beat, or you know what? If you're making other producer type beats, a Mustard type beat, a Zaytoven type beat. I'm trying to think of people that y'all actually know. Finals type beats. Like, you can't do that and be right. Exactly. So
he just dropped.
Right, the new dudes, right? You can't make type beats and be successful in the music industry. Now, I've noticed that type beats are a great way to make a living because everybody's always searching for type beats. And I'll tell you why. Because if you live in an urban area, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say that you can either hoop or fiddle with mics.
Yeah.
Now, if you fiddle with mics, you got a whole bunch of urban youth walking around the hood talking like, hey, can you get me like a Zaytoven type beat?
Right.
Can you get me a, this, that, and the third, a Mustard type beat, a Take Heat type beat? And they'll be like, yeah, I got you. Okay. And that's what they're doing with their money instead of, whatever else they can do. So it depends on your area. All right. Personally, I'm against them. Lack of creativity. Point blank, period.
Lack of creativity. Like, no. But I feel like they do all that energy studying the producer. Mm-hmm. All right, you study the producer.
Right.
Now you try to be like them, literally, with type beats.
Right.
Now, I'm not gonna hold you. When I get the chance, when I get the time to drop my little EP, that was a plug for my EP real quick. When I get the chance, I'm only gonna search like type beats because my inspiration comes from, I want to say, an avenue. Not the damn road, but an avenue of where, maybe some of this artistry, maybe some of these artists have been.
Right, you want to have some influence. You want to have a whole shebang.
Yeah, like I would be out here sounding like Playboy Cardi.
Right.
Like, I know a lot of niggas that sound like Playboy Cardi.
Yo, Playboy was in the booth with you? Yeah. Yeah.
How much you pay for that?
100 bands.
100 bands, that was easy. But yeah, like I don't want I think people should use type beats as a lane to like go down towards, and then eventually span off in that lane and do your own damn thing instead of you sound like that person all the damn time. Like you can't get a deal because you sound like that person.
Right. Here's what I'll say.
What?
If you're in high school or if you're in middle school, if you're under the age of 18, let's do that. You know what? Rappers getting younger and younger these days. If you're under the age of 17.
Nah, look at Matt Ox. Matt Ox like 13.
Oh, man. Look, if you young, right, and you want to rap, I say type beats are cool, but once you get established, once you start taking it more serious, you need to invest more money into your craft, all right? The more serious you get, the more time you invest, the more money you're going to have to invest because you want to be better. Okay. I invested, as time, went on, I'm about like 4.5 years into making music. And with each step, you got to buy some new equipment because you got to buy something more expensive that's going to give you better quality. And that's what type beats come in. Type beats, YouTube beats. The more money you spend, the more money you spend. I'll put it like this: you're gonna get a better quality for your buck. Okay. All right. So a lot of times, type beats, the free beats on YouTube. It's just recycled beats and you're not original. There's nothing about that track is original. The artist and the beat needs to be original. Needs to be fresh.
That's all I tell a lot of my people. Because some of my guys, they do a lot of sampling. We'll talk about that real quick. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of sampling and, they can't put it on, the major platforms because...
Was it cleared?
Yeah. Was it cleared? No. And niggas ain't got money to clear shit. Right. So that's why everything goes to YouTube. How you feel about sampling, man? Hold on, scratch that. Because I told you I talked to Da Vinci today. Okay. I told him, like, were you been talking to the Cypher? And I remember the little pushback me and you had about the shit. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about sampling original work and, that whole tree?
In the industry, if you're gonna sample original work, as long as you credit whoever's work it was and you compensate them the way they're supposed to, then I think it's okay.
Okay.
All right. Like J. Cole said in his note to self at the end with the last track, he was saying if you made the artwork and put it into this world, you know, you can't tell us like that we can't use it.
Right.
Like, let us be, you inspired us, so let us use it to inspire others. We're gonna credit you, we're gonna cut you a check.
Yeah.
But don't be like stingy about it, you know? And so I think at one point, just the musician and artist in me was saying, you know, if you're sampling somebody, where's your creativity? But if we look at it, you know, all artists from today have sampled, they've studied the old, they've studied the greats, and they saw that, okay, I like that, let me take it and make it my own.
Yeah.
So I feel if you make it your own, then that shows your creativity.
Okay.
So like Alicia Keys, she had a song that, you know, I think it's called Love is Blind, Love is My Disease.
Alright.
And I thought like, man, she's dope on the keys. Like, man, I hope my kids, you know, grow up and learn to play like her. But I just realized the other day that she sampled a classical artist or classical composer by the name of Claude Debussy.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Claude Debussy. All right.
Debussy.
And she sampled his work.
All right.
And made it her own.
Okay.
So as long as you make it your own, I feel that it's fair game. You
Okay.
know?
All right. Segue into another question.
Right.
How do you feel about being a jack of all trades? We see you are the jack of all trades. You are a fashion designer. We see that.
Yeah.
You are the marketer. You are the producer. You are the songwriter.
Yeah.
You hop on the mic too.
Occasionally.
I saw you take pictures with your own little thing. Like,
yeah, I got a camera now.
How do you feel about being the jack of all trades?
It's cool, you know, to be able to dabble in different facets and aspects of the industry is good because you need to know how things are run. You need to know all things media, all things about the industry. People, believe it or not, everything in this life is connected. Being aware of what goes on is very good, but you shouldn't be the main one of your ship doing all the jobs. Yeah. Every ship needs a crew. Right. You know, every business needs employees. All right. So you need to know how everything operates. Okay. But once you get established and you put your foot on the gas, you need to start bringing more people on the team to help you get the task done.
All right. If there's a team, how do you feel about, you know, people having all these entourages? All these rappers having these different entourages. You know, is that a team or is that just your friends just help you out?
Right. It's cool. There's both. Some people have strictly professional relationships with their team, and some bring their family, which is, you know, their friends, their boys from back home or whatever, as part of their entourages. Yeah. And that's cool because you get to bring the people you grew up with with you, but you also give them a job to do to help fulfill the dream. Yeah. So I think, you know, either whether you're an employee or your family, if you're going to, you need to have, you know, the artists or the producers, whoever's team you're on, their best interest at heart. You know, you can't be selfish in being a team player.
All right. Shoot. Then we'll stick with friends then.
Okay.
Is there a great? You think there's a great area working with your homies that you know? Cause you know they're like, oh, Bsmoove got the studio. We can go to his crib. Bsmoove a producer and all that shit. Like, is there a gray area you gotta work with people, man? Well, it seems like
Yes. I don't play that. There is a gray area though, because people think just because, you know, oh, you know, we're homies, you gonna cut me a deal or you gonna cut me this, that, and the third. And granted, everything is circumstantial. You know, there are instances where you do cut somebody a deal and what have you, but I'm pretty straightforward. If you're friends and you're here to work, then you're gonna work. Yeah. Right? No one's here, no free rides. Yeah. No free rides. So coming from the art's perspective or the person who's in charge of the ship, you know, you just gotta set the ground rules and that front. If no one, you know, someone's like, I'm not so sure about that, and it's like, well, bye. I don't need you. You need people to be all in or not at all.
Okay. All right. And that brings us full circle. Who the fuck is Big Lotion? Who the fuck is Big Lotion?
Big Lotion. All right. Big Lotion is my line brother.
Another question come.
Open up doors. Big Lotion is actually my line brother. He's a rapper out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
And he's grinding. You know, he's gone through a name change within the last year, and it's actually catching. You know, people are asking who is Big Lotion. It's just a funny dude with a lot of passion and just, you know, he's grinding.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, interesting. Who the fuck is Big Lotion? And you said Lon Brother.
Right.
What frat you in?
I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Has that helped you in your career as this musician?
It actually has, and not in the way that I thought it would, but it's actually opened some doors. So actually, the people that I thought would be able to help haven't been able to help, but that's just God, you know, showing you that, oh, you know what, this ain't the avenue I want you to take. I want you to take this avenue. So actually, it's a funny story. There's a young lady in the band right now at Hampton. Her father is a gospel musician, but he's actually played guitar for Tank, Jill Scott. He's a nuke, so he hit my phone and was like, hey, I'm such and such's father. You know, I crossed this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh yeah, what's up, Frat? We got to talk when he told me all this stuff about me. He's like, you produce, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, send me some stuff so I can hear. So I sent him some tracks and he got back to me. He's like, yo, I want to plug you with this dude, and that dude. And so it's really just the bond that really is connection. So whether you're in a fraternity or just life in general, making connections is key.
So networking is key, man.
Networking is key. Network with the right people. Vibe off of energy. That's what I tell you. Energy is everything. You can kind of tell who's in your corner, who wants to see you succeed versus people who are just there for the vibe, just there to see what you're doing so they can